am Judy Zelina. Welcome to the Millcreek Government Channel. Today on the program, we're going to be talking with Pastor Rick Crocker, and Pastor Crocker is the Executive Director for the Erie City Mission. He's been on our program before, and honestly, it's always a pleasure to have you because you guys always have something going.
Thank you so much.
Something's in the works.
Great to be with you again.
First off, I know the last time we talked, you were just going to be breaking ground on the new mission shelter.
Right.
Can you give us a little update on that?
Glad to. We did break ground last fall, in the fall of 2011, and started the whole foundational work, excavating the foundation and laying some of the footers and things. Because of winter weather in Erie, a decision was made to stop the construction process in late November. Looking back now, with the kind of winter that we had, which I'm not complaining about.
I'm not either.
We could have continued construction. So in late March, construction will resume, and our contractor, our general contractor, has indicated that it'll take about 6 months now for us to complete the project. So we're hoping by late September, early October to be able to occupy that new space, and we're so grateful, anticipating that. It'll be a wonderful addition to our facility. Replaces a 100-year-old part of our building that really needs to be replaced, and so we'll be entering that facility in late September, and it will increase our bed availability from current 80 beds to 106, so we'll increase our capacity to serve our guests, and fresh new interiors that'll be pleasant and make our guests comfortable when they come to spend some time with us at the Erie City Mission.
How exciting. And I think a lot of our viewers do not realize the need that we have right here in Erie for the homeless.
It's huge, and you're right. I don't think a lot of people understand somewhat hidden away from us. The problem is not as visible as it is in maybe larger urban centers, but there is a homeless problem here, and we provided last year, in 2011, we provided 28,000 bed nights at the Erie City Mission. Now, of course, some of those people were there on a repeated basis because they can stay up to 45 nights with us at the Erie City Mission. But when you think about that, 28,000 people were housed in a warm, comfortable bed because of the Erie City Mission and our kind supporters who make that possible.
Well, here's something I want to talk about that I'm sure a lot of our viewers are not aware of. When you think of the Erie City Mission, the first thing that comes to your mind are homeless men in need of a place to stay. You've got coming up some summer programs for children.
This is so exciting, Judy.
This is exciting.
It's thrilling to us because it really allows us to step back into something that the Erie City Mission did back in its history, but in the late 80s kind of moved away from. It allows us to begin ministering to children again. We started last summer, in the summer of 2011, with our first ever sports, arts, and science camp. We hosted it at the Burton Elementary School on Buffalo Road, and we reached over 116 inner city children.
Oh my gosh, that's wonderful.
It was a tremendous week, and elementary age children were able to participate in basketball or soccer, music and fine arts. We even had ballet available for some of the students.
How wonderful.
And then we had science as well. It was such a success last summer that we made the decision we need to make this available to more children in the inner city of Erie. And so we made a decision right after the conclusion of last year's camp that we would triple the number of camps. So this year we have on the slate 3 separate camps. The first will take place in the month of June, the second in July, and the third and final one this year will be in August. One will be at Burton Elementary again, and then the second will be at Wayne Middle School, and the third will be at Bethel Baptist Church on 38th Street. And each of those is strategically placed
Yes, they are.
to reach a particular neighborhood.
Okay, I have a question on this now. How does a child become eligible to be able to attend these
Any
these
child
camps?
is eligible. We will not turn any, as long as they fit in with the age requirements.
Okay.
So elementary aged, and it's such great opportunity for these children.
This is absolutely wonderful.
We have outstanding volunteers. Just to give you an example of the few people who are helping us, Dr. David Hurd, who's science professor at Edinburgh University, is leading our science programs in the camps. He's kind of supervising that whole area. Dr. Alan Howell, who's in the music department at Edinburgh University, is leading the music in one of our camps this summer. Just a great staff that's working with us, and they're all in, they're passionate about this, and the kids have just a great experience. Last summer, they hated to see the camp come to an end. They were so disappointed to see it come to an end.
So now you've got it this year, and it's tripled, and it's going to even grow the next year. Believe me, when I have Pastor Crocker on, he's going to say, oh, we've got 5 sites now, we're doing it.
I hope so.
Something new in the works here. The Erie Thrifty Shopper Store and the Donation Center, they've moved.
They have. Our thrifty shoppers aren't new. I think most people in our area are familiar with them.
Right, but
we have moved to a new location. We did that, right. Our donation center, which was formerly located at 12th and Raspberry, moved to 2064 West 16th Street, and in the old Dispatch Printing Building. And the building was such, it was just an open warehouse space. We decided to streamline our operations, to bring one of our thrifty shoppers and the donation center together under one roof. That really is a great advantage to us, because it allows us to move an individual's donation when they so kindly donate to us, quickly process it, and either send it to the King's Closet to be given away for no charge, or to be resold in one of our thrift shops. And so it's eliminated some trucking expenses, it's helped us streamline staffing, it's reduced our overhead expenses, so it allows us to just be smarter about what we're doing in our social enterprise, in our thrift operation. I think it's wonderful. And our new store is fantastic. We opened up in early January. We relocated from the West Erie Plaza to 2064 West 16th, and made shoppers aware of that move, and then our grand opening was in early February. And all of our shoppers seem to be so excited about the new space, and I would encourage all of your viewers to come and visit with us. And you can track us on Facebook as well. We have a fan page on Facebook, and there are some specials on there for anybody who follows us on Facebook. You get aware of a special discount or something. Oh, the deals, when the deals are coming. Right. So all you have to do, you have to just get us on Facebook, like us, and then you'll be notified of any specials coming up. Wonderful. Yeah. Now, the mission is always in need of so many items. I know I tell my viewers, and I know even my family, if they have anything that they want to donate. One thing I love about the Erie City Mission, everything stays right here. Right. Right here. You utilize anything that you do sell, the money goes right back into your programs. It does. Anything that's sold in one of our 2 thrifty shoppers, the revenue there that's generated in that thrift operation is reinvested into our programs and services. So it provides a hot, free, nutritious lunch for last year. Over 160,000 meals were served. Provided emergency groceries for over 55,000 individuals last year. 20,000 of whom were children. Provided over 5,000 visits to our King's Closet, where individuals can come and get clothing or small household items that they may be in need of. And so all that revenue generated in our thrift operation is reinvested for program and service and expanded services. So it's really heartening, I think, for our donors to know that when they donate some old secondhand clothing that they don't want any longer, or a piece of furniture or a small household appliance, that that's going to help the needy right here in the Erie region.
That's what I find so exciting, and I'm just so amazed that you're able to do that. I do have a question too. Say I'm in my closet and I'm sorting things out. When it gets to your distribution center, they're going to assess the items, correct? What if there's some items that you deem you're not going to be able to sell them? Maybe there's a tear in it that I didn't realize. It's not something you want to give away to somebody. What do you do with those items?
It's a great question, and that does happen. But anything of a nature of textile is never wasted. As long as it's dry, we take even the torn piece of clothing or sheets that have holes in them, and those things that can neither be resold in one of our thrift shops or given away through our King's Closet. All of our textiles then are baled and resold to a vendor in St. Catharines, Ontario, and revenue is generated through our baling income that then is reinvested in our ministry again. So I would encourage all of your viewers, if you have a piece of textile, no matter its condition, just make sure it's dry.
Right.
Donate it to us, and we'll be glad to use that. And you can know that even that old paint-stained T-shirt that is no good to you or you don't want to give away to the needy still can help the needy in our region. It's a great opportunity, I think.
Well, I know Millcreek has been very proud to be able to partner with you on a few different occasions. We did a textile recycling with a grant from Walmart.
Right.
And you had we had a semi there for textile recycling, and you also brought one of your trucks that as people were bringing things in, there were some items that were very, very nice, very usable. So we kind of separated them at that time. We're very pleased at our Millfair Recycling and Compost Center out on Millfair Road, 2301 Millfair Road. We do have one of your donation.
Right, and we're so grateful boxes for that partnership. So, yes. It's a great
And I want to get the word out too. I mean, that's kind of centrally located between Millcreek and Fairview. A lot of times people are coming out that way to drop off some brush. Hey, by the way, I got this garbage bag of good clothing. They can drop that off too.
Exactly.
So, and again, I'm very proud that we're able to partner with you on a lot of these programs.
Thank you for doing that.
So, speaking of programs, you've got some great programs in the work. You have one that's called Samaritan Care. What exactly is that? Samaritan
Care is our emergency shelter program. So we are sheltering homeless men who have no place to live or sleep. And we house them for up to 45 nights. In some cases where there are extenuating circumstances, maybe they're in a case management plan or they're waiting for SSDI to be approved, we will extend that 2 weeks at a time. But typically a man can stay with us for 45 nights. And they have a warm bed, a hot shower, a breakfast meal in the morning, and it just provides us an opportunity to be hospitable to them in a time when they're going through a real rough patch in their life. And it's a real blessing to be able to provide a shelter to those who otherwise would not have it.
That would be. You also have a program called the New Life Program.
Great program, which is designed for those who are struggling with drug and alcohol addiction. This is a long-term, comprehensive residential program. Typically, the men who come into this program are with us for anywhere from 6 months to about 1.5 years. There's a series of classes, a curriculum that they need to complete. They're assigned to a counselor and meet with a licensed drug and alcohol counselor once a week. They participate in group counseling. They have a work therapy assignment, so each individual in the New Life program is either working in housekeeping or in our kitchen in helping to provide our public meal, or working in one of our stores or our donation center, and trying to build those soft skills. One of the things that we hear a lot from employers in our area is a frustration that some of the potential employees that they're bringing on to their teams don't have a good understanding of the importance of timeliness, showing up to work on time and working a full day and following instructions. So we emphasize in our new life program through the work assignment the importance of those soft skills.
Okay.
And it really helps our men when they graduate from the program and then move into the phase of job search in being able to find employment. And just a few weeks ago, we graduated 7 men from our program. Already 5 of those men have found work in our area, and we're so proud of them.
Oh, how
because
wonderful.
It's an amazing thing, especially considering the unemployment situation in our area. For them to have found employment already, we're really proud of them and really proud of the accomplishments. So the New Life program, it's just as the name says, it gives them a new life.
How does somebody get into this program? Are they referred to you by a different organization, or does someone just show up on your doorstep?
It's both. Sometimes referred by another agency. Sometimes another rehab program will say, you know, we think the Erie City Mission's New Life program is a good fit for you, and they refer that client to us. Sometimes a family member will recommend that they do it, or sometimes it's the individual's own initiative, and they come, and our treatment team, made up of our counselors and the director of our men's ministries, meets with that individual. They enter into a probationary period of 30 days. It's called Pre-New Life, and for 30 days we're kind of checking them over to see how serious they are about taking charge of their recovery, and they're checking us out because the regimen is pretty strict. I mean, it's pretty daunting. In addition to all the things that I mentioned a moment ago, they're required to attend an NA, Narcotics Anonymous, or AA, Alcoholics Anonymous, meeting 4 times a week, and we need to see signed attendance that they've attended. We encourage them to become a part of a local church so that they can have connections with a church body in the area. And so there's a lot of pieces to that New Life program and the rehabilitation that's taking place.
Okay. What a wonderful program.
It's a great program.
Oh my gosh, they must be so proud of themselves too when they graduate from the program.
They are glowing.
I mean, thinking of when they first come in to when they're leaving, what they've accomplished.
Right. From a state of hopelessness and bondage, really. Bondage to an addiction to either drugs or alcohol or both. And then to be set free and have a new lease on life, to have employment, and then to find their own apartment and to be earning a salary and becoming a productive member of our society. It's a great thing, and the glow on their faces is so rewarding. And as staff members, we stand in the balcony and cheer them on. It's a great experience.
I know you do.
Yeah.
You also have something called a 30-day residential treatment program.
That's the Pre-New Life program. That's the probationary period before they come into the New Life program.
So they do that first, and then they get into the New Life program.
Yeah.
Okay, you also have gambling counseling.
We do. That's non-residential, and we have a support group and individual counseling available for anyone who is struggling with an addiction to gambling. And of course, with the casino here and the prevalence of that all over, not just in the Erie area, many are struggling with an addiction to gambling. And so we became aware that we needed to begin to address that problem. And since we have expertise in dealing with other addictive behaviors, we felt like it was a natural fit for us.
It is.
And so we have a licensed counselor who has experience in this on our staff, who provides facilitation and direction for that Gamblers Anonymous group.
Okay. You also have individual counseling for men and women.
Yeah, and that's through the Gamblers Anonymous.
The gambling.
Yeah, it's not just not for the addiction, though.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask.
We're just doing the addiction piece for drugs or alcohol is only for men. There are other agencies in town. An example of that would be Mercy Center for Women, who has kind of a mirrored program for women.
Got it.
Right.
Okay. The free meal ministry.
That's our public lunch.
That's growing.
It is growing. Sadly,
yes,
we're all working to eradicate poverty, but realize that there still are many people who are very needy in our area. So, as I mentioned earlier, last year, over 160,000 meals. upwards 300 meals per day. We're there 7 days a week, 52 weeks a year, and every day from 11:30 until 1 at our main facility at 11th and French. And then 2 years ago, we opened up a feeding satellite location at San Juan United Methodist Church on Buffalo Road, and we're serving anywhere from 60 to 75 there.
Oh, wow. I'll tell you, it is growing, and I've seen on the news when the holidays come, the lines of people.
Exactly.
For Thanksgiving dinner.
Thanksgiving, Christmas, Easter, all of those holidays. Because there are a lot of people who have no place to go on those holidays, and they're just looking for a place to share the holiday with someone else.
I know. Rick, I want to talk a little bit, we're getting close to the end of the show, but I want to talk about, you have some annual fundraisers, don't you?
We do. Our signature fundraiser has become the Knockout Homelessness event. It's a boxing event. Thanks to the good-hearted Bizzarro family, Mr. Lou Bizzarro came up with this idea 5 years ago and has been such a great sport in this. And he and his family have gotten behind this 110%. And the event has grown. This past year was our 5th year at doing this. The event has grown every year. The first 2 years, it was at Colley Auditorium. We busted out of the seams there. We moved it to Rainbow Gardens. We outgrew that facility. And for the last 2 years, we've been at the Bayfront Convention Center. And this last year, over 670 people attended the event.
That is wonderful.
And it's one of those events that everybody looks forward to in the middle of winter. It's very entertaining, and it's all done for a great cause.
It is. It really is.
And we're just so proud of that event. There are other events. Our annual banquet is held every October, and that's a time for all of our donors and people within the Erie City Mission family to come together to see all that's been accomplished and what's in store. And this last year was a big one for us because it was our 100th anniversary. We celebrated our centennial.
How wonderful.
It was so exciting. The room was packed, and there was such an energy in the great hall there at the Bayfront Convention Center. Just a wonderful evening of celebrating a century of service to God and to this community. It was a great evening.
Wonderful organization. You have so many programs. You do so much good. And a lot of this would not be possible without volunteers, correct?
Absolutely. The volunteers are the backbone of what we do. We could not do this without our volunteers. Last year, over 58,000 volunteer hours. That's
wow.
Yeah. It's astounding.
It is.
It represents, if we paid them in a minimum wage, it represents about $400,000.
Isn't that wonderful?
And there's no way we could afford to pay that large of a staff. But our volunteers are some of the most dedicated of any in the Erie region, and we're so proud of them. We have people who volunteer on a weekly basis, monthly basis. We have teams that come in from local businesses who participate with us. Spring Hill Retirement Center, GE, Lord, Erie Insurance, and many, many others are participating in this program.
So if someone wanted to volunteer, any of our viewers, if they give a call, you're always going to find a place for them, right?
Absolutely. Just call our offices and we'll be glad to try to fit them into a niche that fits them well.
Okay. And you also have a website?
We do, eriecitymission.org, and I would encourage folks to visit that. It's ever-changing. The information is fresh and new.
Okay.
And if people want to learn more about our 3 camps, if they want to volunteer for one of the camps or all of the camps, there's a volunteer registration form on there. If they'd like to register their child for one of the camps, there's a registration form on the website.
Great.
And folks can even donate to the Erie City Mission through our website. There's a donate button that people can access right there.
Oh. Pastor Crocker, thank you so much for joining us. Like I said, there's always something going on at the mission, and that's why I love to have you and let our viewers know that you're here helping the community, and I want them to know how we can help you too. So again, thank you for all that you do. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Judy.
Viewers, any questions, you want to register for anything, please give them a call, visit the website. Thank you for watching the Millcreek Government Channel. Until next time, have a wonderful day.